Today we're talking about two different formulas that are going to allow you to remove any negative item from your credit report, but you gotta follow them. If you include anything other than the information that I'm giving you, then more than likely you're not going to see your results, because you have to remember, not only is it the more you dispute, the harder it is to get your negative items off, it's the more you say, the more difficult it is to get the negative items off, right? Because you have to remember that your entire dispute gets converted into a little tiny code. So if the computer can't understand the code, it's not going to be converted and interpreted correctly, right? So the two formulas I have given to you before, but there's so many people asking so many questions about it that we're going over this again. So the first one, and make sure you stay to the end so you can get all the information so that you can get your results. The first one is the letter, right? We have letter and we have reason. So in your dispute letter, you should only be telling them what you are sending the letter for. Why did you send the letter? Are you a victim of identity theft? Are you requesting an investigation? Are you requesting the method of verification for these negative items? What are you sending the letter for, right? That's the first thing. And what do you want to happen? What do you want to happen? You want them to ignore you? Do you want them to send you a new credit report that shows the changes? What do you want to happen? So an example of this would be these negative items are inaccurately reported, and I would like for you to investigate these and send me a new credit report. Now, the second part of this is the dispute reason. Now, here's the magic. This is where all of the magic occurs, right? Because remember, it's not the letter that gets your negative items removed. I don't care if we're talking about a collection or foreclosure, repossession, late payments, inquiries, personal information. It's all the same. It is all the same. And you have to, please listen, you have to do this the right way, okay? So your dispute reason is the key to your results. It is not the letter. It is not 4 pages of here's the reason why you need to listen to me. It's not anything that is where they have to flip the page. It's none of that stuff. It's very simply, here's why I'm writing the letter, and here are the accounts that I want to be investigated, and here's the reasons. Now, in your dispute reason, there is also a formula, okay? And I break this down in a couple of videos, like literally with my whiteboard, and you may want to go back and find those because they are gold, okay? So here's what you do with your dispute reasons. You're going to say what you're disputing, so it would be your account, so creditor name, account number, and then dispute reason. A dispute reason is going to include 3 or 4 things. Number 1, the action. Number 2, a justifier, and number 3, a reason, and optionally you can include 4, the outcome, right? So an example of this for a charge-off would be, I actually have it written down right here. So delete this charge-off because the date last active reports or shows as date for Experian, date for Equifax, date for TransUnion. Right? And obviously you would put those dates taken directly off your credit report, because remember, we're only using the facts taken off the credit report. We're not coming up with stuff, we're not adding stuff in, we're not writing these really long dispute reasons. Again, the longer they are, the less likely it is that you're going to get that result, right? So what's the action? The action is going to be to delete. It can also be to correct. It can be to verify. That's the action, and it has to be there. You have to tell them what to do, right? It's like a 2-year-old. They're not just going to know that you want them to pick up their orange juice that they put on the floor. No, you need to say, pick that up, right? So investigate, delete, update, correct, whatever, all right? Now, the justifier is just as important as the action, right? Now, in my other videos, I explain the reason for this. It's the same thing as you're waiting in line to use a fax machine and there's like mad people, you're in a rush, you got to pick your kids up from daycare, and you just say, let me go in front of you, right? They're going to say, oh, no, I was here first, dude, you're like mad people behind me, you're not cutting in line. But if you said, hey, I know that you've been, waiting in line ahead of me, but I would appreciate this because I gotta, I'm running late to pick up my kids and my husband can't make it. So, if I don't go there, they're gonna be waiting and then I'm gonna have to pay more. So I would appreciate if you would just let me cut in line. It's gonna be 2 seconds and I'll be out of your way, right? That makes a lot more sense, and someone is much more apt to help you than if you had just said, do this, and that's it, right? So this follows that same exact logic. Tell them why, what you are disputing, what you want them to do, and why, right? So delete this charge off because is the justifier, and then the reason, because the date last active, that's the element, is inaccurate and shows fact. That's it. Now, here's the thing. If you're disputing a late payment, you might also want to put in, something to the effect of, and update to paid as agreed or paid on time, never late, right? So that's that optional thing that you might want to use with a late payment. So with a late payment, you are going to say, correct this 90-day late payment because there's no prior 30 or 60-day late payment, which means that this account is reported inaccurately. Update to paid on time, never late for inaccuracy. You see how simple that is? I'm not saying pursuant to this and pursuant to that and you're required to and I'm going to sue you and this is my 15th attempt, and I'm not saying any of that stuff. None of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is what you want them to do, why you want them to do it, and the facts that back it up. What is your evidence? What's your proof? What is your supporting whatever that's going to make it for them to help you, right? Because obviously this is a business. This is a business and they are not there to help you. So you need to kind of help them along to help you. Okay, always keep this in mind, because remember, they're not in the data business, they're not in the credit business, they're in the data business, and they obtain, maintain, and sell your information. Okay, so that is it on these two formulas. And again, this can be used to remove any type of negative item, regardless of what it is. I don't care if it's a charge off, a collection, a foreclosure, a late payment, an inquiry, a bankruptcy. It follows this same formula. Okay, so this is why this video is so important, because you can use this to get your result. You don't have to wait to go and send 55,000 letters. You don't have to dispute for, 12 months to 5 years. If you do this the right way and you use the facts and, you're consistent and you're persistent and you don't fall victim to their scare tactics and their stall tactics and all that mumbo jumbo, then you will be able to see that mortgage or that vehicle or that, high limit credit card or just better credit. Okay, but do it the right way. Do it the right way the first time. And if that's not possible because you've been disputing incorrectly, disputed online, you used templates, you did whatever, then that's okay. But you do need to change up the way that you're disputing so that you can see this actually happen in a shorter period of time than if you had continued doing the wrong thing. Now, I mentioned earlier, I'm not, the queen of credit. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not any of those things. What I am is very, very adamant about the things that I explain to you and show you and prove to you and teach you, because it's the same stuff that I practice every single day with my own clients. Okay. Now, speaking of which, if this is something that you just don't want to do yourself and you're like, hey, right now is the time that I actually want to get my life together. I want to actually see results. I'm tired of not seeing the disputes that are going out on my behalf with the company that I'm with, or, I'm tired of being taken for a ride and being treated like I'm just a number, then you can use the link in the description, in the comments, and I might throw it on the screen. I don't know right now, but it's very, very simply vcita.com/expert credit sweeps. Schedule a call one-on-one with me, and I will see if I can actually help you, if I can take over your file and do it for you. All right. So for right now, that is it. If you want some free awesome do-it-yourself credit repair resources. That link is also down in the description. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so, and smash that bell for notifications, because guess what? I have a lot to show you, a lot to teach you, a lot to prove to you, and a lot of everything for you. And you're not going to know if you are not subscribed and, you know, whatever for notifications, okay? Brain fart. So that is it for today. Welcome to my office, by the way. This is where I perform my magic every day. There's another monitor behind me over here. So anywho, I will see you later. And if you need help, just post in the comments or schedule the call, and I will see what I can do for you. And just as a side note, I did have a whiteboard video for you, but unfortunately with my new camera I cannot figure out how to turn off mirroring, so it would have been read backwards, and we've already experienced that, right? Don't want to go through that again. So anyways, I hope you have a great one, and I'll see you later. Bye.